Hi, welcome to Ocean Yummy's Mirror. So I wasn't going to talk about the political stuff. Well, now I have to because there is a lot going on. Um, there was the protest about the hotels that was happening, and I'm hoping this live don't play up because it plays up a lot. Probably won't be able to put up nothing on the screen. Um, so yeah, first it was that. Then there was the thing about the putting up of the flags on around the place where they were saying that how to be patriotic, they have to put up the flags. Now, everybody in this in England is there's a multicultural mix, but since this thing with the migrants has come up and certain stuff, it's gotten very crazy. Now they're saying at first they were saying that how they were coming to take away their jobs, houses, and this and that. Bear in mind, most of the shops that is around here is Asian. There's loads of African shops that sells food, so people is really giving into the economy. Now it is kind of backwards in the way in which things is happening because there is always a cause and effect. Now, right now, just now as I went on to the TikTok, they were saying that EDL, which is the England National League, was turning up somewhere. Um, the thing with the flags, uh, to me, England's always had their flags up. I don't even think that how that makes them less British or less whatever, right? Every time there's been weddings of the royal family, people are very, very, very passionate about the royal family, passionate about being British and certain stuff. So flags, I think, is not a big deal really as such. As when later on they found out that the George's flag, that it was a Palestinian, he was a Palestinian man and Turkish, which I don't even understand why they even. I don't know. It's just so crazy. The strange thing is that how it gets so crazy that how some people. Oh, hold on a minute. So basically, there's unrest. Like fair enough, in this area where I am at, it's not as bad, but obviously, right, people are acting as well. They're acting really seriously. So they walk past you, they stare at you. The stupidness, it's this craziness. Um, when the protests has happened, after I did the research on the Britannia Hotel particularly, then I come to find out there was quite a few of them. Then come to find out that how the government was giving the hotels money for the migrants for housing them. Now they're saying that how they're going to close them down now because everybody's made up a fuss about it. A big, not that it's a fuss, but a big, you know, considering that how they never looked into why they are there, being housed there in the first place. Some of them have been housed there because they're waiting for most of their papers to go through. Mind you, some of the people that was in the hotels was mocking them and all sorts, which doesn't help matters, which make matters worse. So basically, it's like um, it's like I said, the uneducated. I don't even know, who's probably never traveled in their life, never spoken to a foreign person in their life. They have this idea. So the social media, I feel, is the biggest problem in all of this as well, because even when it was the Kabbalah thing, I feel like I've heard people talk about the Kabbalah. Everybody, we all watch the social media, and then, then, um, then I think there was marches in Australia and different parts of Europe. They were marching, and I think something happened in Australia as well. So it's like, it's very crazy. It's very, what you call it. Um, I can never put my words out right. I can never put my words out right. But it's very annoying, because like, you don't expect things to happen in 2025. What's happened in how many years back? Mind you, everybody puts out their flags. When you go to certain community spaces, there's a British flag. There's flags from around the world. When you go to Buckingham Palace, I think it is it Buckingham Palace? I can't remember. There is the British flag is there, all lined down the road. You cannot really miss it. When you go to places like Greenwich, the flag is there. Like, well, if you go in certain places, you will see the flags. The British flag is all around. You can't get away from. So I don't know why it's so patriotic now. Now, finding out that most of the protesters are pedophiles and all that stuff that goes with it, considering at the beginning they were saying they were marching for children, marching for our children. Now, this country has a history of abuse historically, right? I've done some videos on the dark waters of ocean. Now, it was called the dark side of ocean, you mean. This country has a historical abuse, from the church to the orphan houses to the houses where single mothers was kept. It has a history, right? So, in all that said, it's just like I said, people don't look deeper into certain stuff. Britain conquered a lot of countries whenever they did where they did, whatever, right? They conquered, they foiled, they pillaged, whatever, right? So some of the places what they conquered, some of the people has come here. Bear in mind, there was already some of those type of people here, because the Queen had one of the consult, he was Sikh. He was a Sikh man, right? I can't remember his name. There is an adaptation about it somewhere. She had a Sikh man, and Lady Bella she wasn't a white lady. White. She was biracial. I think she was. Um, They had one lady that was there. I can't remember. There's a lot of history, right? It's all around, right? Certain parts of London, I think it's central or certain parts of London, you will see the Masonic side, and you'll see certain stuff. England keeps record of everything, everything. The Great Plague, the Black, the Great Plague, no, the Great Fire, the Plague, the whatever else. They keep archives of everything. So you are the ones that is here now, because they don't know, they haven't looked into or delve into certain stuff. They just get fed stuff. Right, fair enough. Right, I'll go online. Yeah, of course, like, you get fed stuff, but then sometimes you have to go and make sure that, is it really that what it is? Because like, you could be making up noise, and the next thing you find out, it's not so. So, um, I feel they haven't looked into anything whatsoever, right? But on here, hold on, I think it's this one. I wanted to show a video, but I don't know whether the thing's gonna play up. I don't know whether it's gonna play up. Right, so I'm gonna play a broadcast. I don't know. No, I'm gonna play. What is this? They talk about civil war, you know. Civil war. Can't do without thing right here, man. This place is small. This is a little island. They're talking about civil war. Wow. I don't know where's the thing. Okay. I'm gonna just play this one because I can't find nothing else right now to play so you guys can hear. I don't even know whether that one makes sense. I don't know what to play. I don't know what to play. Because there's so many things to this thing that they're so caught up in the wrong things. Oh yeah, this is the stabbings of the girls. Yeah. So there was riots for that. That was last summer. They rioted for that. Trying to find a video fitting to play for my live right now. That's why it's so quiet. Oh yeah. Oh, there's another one. Oh, this one's recent. Oh, so they're back down at Canary Wharf. But I thought that finished. Okay. Now this is how real and how deep it is over here. Now, if you're from across the pond and you don't know what's going on over here, there's a lot going on over it. There's a lot. That's why that lady acting up in Scotland, where she is or wherever she's doing, it's not good. Okay. So I'm gonna play. Where is the shit? This one. So you can see how crazy it is over here.
You break the law in this country, you go to prison. They break the law in this country, we put them up in a hotel.
What does it feel like to be hated in your own country, you scum?
They don't own this country. I don't own this country.
Some of the information what they're talking about is wrong, innit? They're getting fed the wrong information. So they're thinking some of them is criminals, this, that, and the other, all sorts of things. Maybe some of them is criminals. But remember, when they tried to say something, it was all men. I can't remember how it did go. When they tried to catalogue some of them, there was men. It wasn't children. They said they were children, but when they got there, it was men. So is they replaying the system? But you can't put everybody in the same box. But let's look on and see what's this.
They're trying to bring their culture here.
They're not activists, they're local people and they don't want this in their area.
Do you not feel sorry for the young girl? I feel quite sorry for her actually.
Go away, fascist.
Previously, protests erupted at the Britannia Hotel in Canary Wharf after the Home Office claimed it wasn't being used to house asylum seekers, only for migrants to be moved in overnight. Just weeks later, a court heard that one migrant allegedly walked into a blind woman's flat with one hand on his genital area and the other in his hoodie pocket.
This man in this vehicle has just entered a lady's property without her consent, and these officers have said it's not an offence. They're letting.
Now things like this. Now, what that guy just did, he He just confirmed their ignorance about migrant people. That's basically what he just did. He just confirmed it. 'Cause I remember when it came out, and I was like, why did he walk into that lady's house? Like, what was he hoping to achieve by doing that? Right? There is people already is hot headed, and God knows what is wrong with them already. And you go and you do these things. It's crazy.
Him go.
He was only chased out because the daughter Shanae, who cares for a blind mother, was there. Despite this, he was allowed back into the hotel, but by the next morning, police had arrested him in Hackney on suspicion of common assault.
Obviously, all we've got is an allegation of trespass at the moment.
So if he's done common assault, why didn't you arrest him before? You see what I mean? That's what I said. It's all by design. Some of these things are done by design, right? Fair enough, they're not allowed to take people by force, but I seen them arrest teenagers. And people come and people be talking up for the teenager or whatever the case may be, right? Why should he, if he's got a record of common assault, I don't know, people don't have sense, you know. They don't have sense. If he's done common assault before, no. If he left the woman's house and done whatever, and then later on they catch him and then he's got a record of common assault, why did you let him go before? Because I know for a fact they can draw up the name of the person, they can check to see whether that person has charges. So why didn't they check if he had charges? Right? It's so ridiculous. This feeds into the ignorance of fools right now, right? Because they put everybody in the same basket. Oh, they're all like that. Oh, they're all like this way. No, some of us ain't like that. Some of us ain't like that way. Some of us are literally trying to get to A to B and do what we got to do and go through things day by day, right? People have this thing when you show them when something is portrayed, they believe it. Some people believe it so much they are ready to unalive people, which is what I said yesterday. They're ready to unalive people. They don't even care whether you done it or not done it, right? Because in a crisis, they ain't thinking about that.
Which is not something we can arrest for.
Meanwhile, Shanae was also arrested, accused of carrying an offensive weapon, affray, and assaulting a hotel security guard. She denies all charges. In this video, we head to protests in Canary Wharf and Nuneaton to see how migrant hotels are affecting communities across the UK. Join me.
Shall I tell you how it's affecting the UK? It's taking away the money from the tourism. The big people who goes to these hotels, who spends plenty money and go in there and whatever, there's taking away money from them. That's what it is. They are really hurt, spiting their own self to make money off of them, really. It's the same thing as what smugglers do when they smuggle them over, where they take their money and sometimes, right, it turns into something else and they get human trafficking, right? It's the same thing. There's no difference. Right? People talk about human rights and humanity. I mean, I talk about humanity because I see there's humanity in some people. But at the end of the day, when you are making money off of people, then you know it's going to cause a stir in the country, right? They was complaining when there was supposedly put up in certain places before. Now you're going to put them up in hotels, which should be given to the people of the country. It's the same thing in the West Indies, I should think. The tourism is what pays the country. The tourism is where the money comes from. People come all over to watch the Trooping of the Colours, to go to Buckingham Palace, to go to the Tower of London, to go to London Bridge, to go to loads of different areas. And here's you trying to give away or make money, backhanders, by having people inside of the hotels, which is why they were making song and dance. Some of them is just racist anyway. Some of them are just racist anyway, right? Let's just call it for what it is, right? Because, like I said, like the picture that I'm gonna put on here, the elephant in the room is it is racist anyway. But they're prepared to say no, 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 it's not this. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's because they're pedophiles. It's because they're this. It's because they're that. The concern of it all is, right, things can't function properly because, like, people is living in the hotels, which they are saying to the people who live in the country, no, you can't come to the hotel because you're not a asylum seeker. And that makes it so bait and stupid and dumb. So people is baiting people. So that's why these people who is racist already, ignorant already, ain't thinking nothing, right? In the past, they won't think twice to unalive a black person if they saw one on road. That's how they think. The teddy boy era. I'm gonna play you one video. I'm hoping that he hasn't taken down his channel, and he was explaining about the teddy boy era, how they had to fight, the people, the racist people who used to run after them and all sorts of things. And he was saying that how, right, they are prepared to use an Indian man to make him the token whatever black so that they can prove a point while they're marching by saying whatever. So he's thinking he's part of them, but really he's not part of them. But he's making them believe, they're making him believe that he is part of what's going on. Oh, I'm soon going to get to the flag flying situation because that's just diabolical. Like I said, flags, British flags, been flyed all over the place for years, century. Even me, when coming up, flags. I've always seen British flags. I never not seen British flags. I don't even see what is so different from then till now. What's so different from then till now? It's the same thing. The only difference is that how people fly their flags. They fly the Jamaican flags, their Colombian flags, their whatever. Because it's a mixing pot. It's a mixing pot. That's what it is. I don't see what is the hoo-ha about. The only issue I would say, like, oh yes, and even the one with the young girl who wore the British flag dress to school. Scary Spice had on a Union Jack dress. I don't see why they say what they said to that little girl, because now what you're doing, you're inflaming hate once again. You're fanning the flames, you're fanning the fire, or making it worse. You're so ridiculous, honestly.
Young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
Yeah, and obviously you pressed Sadiq Khan about the grooming gangs. He almost brushed you aside and didn't want to face the music, basically. I mean,
oh yeah, this story here about the grooming gang that groomed a young girl, some young white girls for sex. Apparently, the girls was in care, and they was going to this chip shop. There is a film, a series about it, right? They literally groomed them, and then they was using them and stuff like that. And recently, I think there was another set that did it as well, right? But once again, not every single Indian person is that way. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say they're that way. No, you can't put everybody in the same bucket. Once again, right? Right. So those particular people was wicked. They should be in jail. Okay. So and that's coming from I'm mentally, so I can say that they should be in jail, right? Actually, they should have been on the offenders record. That's what they should have been. They should have been on. Right? They shouldn't have even been in the area where or whatever the case may be. But you can't tell politicians nothing. They think they know it all, don't they? Like they're on the ground.
What kind of threat do you think these hotels pose? Do you think sexual assault is on the rise because of these hotels in general?
I'd have to look at the figures. You have to look at each individual case. But the main thing here is that people are just not feeling safe. And that's the important aspect. You can't live in an area and be too frightened to go out because there are so many single young men just hanging around everywhere. It just makes the whole community feel very unsafe.
So I've heard from some of the locals, a lot of them generally just don't want their tax money being spent on the hotel. They know what happens across the country when you bring a hotel into a local area, sex crime goes up, shoplifting.
The joke is he doesn't even look English himself, the presenter, the host. The host doesn't look English. He could even be some kind of Asian. He's some kind of Asian, right? But like I said, it's a two-edged sword, right? Some of the politicians are not from grassroots areas, so they don't understand what's going on. There was working class people who's not getting what is given to them. There's people working for how much hours, can't make ends meet. There is communities centres being taken away. There is house prices going up, council taxes going up, right? The school clothes is going up, right? Gas is going up, water's going up. So the food is going up, right? Since the thingy happened, it's been matrimonium over here. So really, the ones who is working, they can never see what they're making because it's like they're working and can't see where the money is. They can't enjoy their money. They can't have their time or whatever because you constantly have to be worrying about your rent, your this, whatever. The politicians doesn't look about all that. All right. Politicians doesn't look about all that. Just the other day, they were saying that how for the SEND children, they're going to change this and change that and change this and change that. They're putting their teachers are saying, yeah, but like some SEND children has a plan and certain things, and you can't disrupt some of them, and some of them you can't put them in certain place in mainstream because if they're mainstream, it's not going to work with some children because they need extra help. Now the government don't know that until it comes knocking on their doorstep. They don't see or hear nothing. That's how it goes.
It occurs and just general feelings that people don't feel safe. There's a bit of music going on down there. I try not to hear the copyright music, but what they've done, they've told everyone to get off the road and onto the pavement.
You can shove your yellow jacket, shove your yellow jacket, shove your yellow jacket up your arse.
So yeah, some guys have turned up in balaclavas, as you'll see from some of the clothing. But majority are the women, local women. What these guys are doing. What's happening there, guys? Let's follow it round. It seems like no one wants to stand still, so they're just going to be doing laps around Canary Wharf. You've got people in offices. Oh, police are coming. What's going on? Hey, someone stopped it. The police are doing laps around there. Oh, they're trying to block it all in. Oh, what's going on? Here we go. Everyone's running about. The police tried to block it off. Oh, a bit of cat and mouse. Oh, some guy's getting grabbed.
So what they're trying to do, they're trying to get into the hotel basically, because when the thing with Axel, who on a live, those 3 girls, and they was going that was crazy, right? They was setting fire to the places where they thought the migrants was and all sorts of stuff, right? In that small video I showed, I think it's Epping, they was trying to set fire to the hotel where the migrants was. So like I said, they're prepared to unalive people if they have to. That's how deep it is right now. That's what I said. There is unrest over here, right? It ain't no laughing, whatever. Even when you're walking on the street, it's so tense. It was so tense. After this protest, the many protests, it got really tense in certain parts, right? And you can feel the tension in the air, like literally. It was worse than when they did the vote to come out the EU, right? It was so eerie. I remember that like yesterday. It was eerie as anything. There was a few events where like this, the place, the whole of England does get really was get weird. It doesn't just get weird in wherever the thing is happening. It gets weird all over because you don't know what's going to kick off. Like I said, the time when Mark Duggan died, got unalive by the police. The children rioted. They rioted. I can't remember, was it for a day, 2 days, right? And the whole place was on lockdown. People couldn't move much or couldn't go out. Some of the people tried to talk to the rioters to get them down. It was mixed. The rioters was not black. It was all white mixture. It was a mixture of children, right? Teenagers, all that. They was rioting hard. They set fire to shops, all sorts of stuff, right? So my thing is, if that happened, and that was how long ago, and this is going on, right, the tension is real because people will literally move out your way when they see you come in and all sorts of craziness. So that's why I was surprised that there was events going on yesterday, to be honest, because there was so much unrest, so much craziness. That's what I'll say. Sorry, I know I repeat myself. Hold on.
One guy's getting grabbed. Oh! One guy's getting grabbed. What's that about?
This.
Granny's here with a... It's all happening. So guys, the police have said section 14. The police are something going on. He's been arrested, we're not too sure why. So guys, one more police are coming in now. There's one guy just behind me who's been arrested. Maybe for the section 14, we're not too sure why. Maybe they're just making an example of him. Let's get a bit heated.
He's under arrest. Breaching section 14. He wasn't resisting. That's only my observation on that.
I don't know where the other guys have gone. Maybe they're still just in front of us, but... Accusations from this man here, they got punched in the face by the officer.
Hi, Hood. Yeah, this is what's going on. Still going on, actually. Still going on. Because I can't remember when this one... I'm going to see the date it was filmed at, but it's still happening too. Like, they're still protesting. They're still out there protesting and all that. So I'm going to play some more and then I'm going to talk in between.
We don't know. We have to rewind the footage and see if that happened. You saw? Yeah, you saw it? Okay, this man's saying that was a punch in the face from the officer.
He didn't attack.
As you've seen in other protests, it does seem like these groups, predominantly white groups and bigger lads seem to get more aggression from the police, seen in other protests throughout the week.
Two-tier policing!
Yeah.
Two-tier policing! Two-tier policing!
Back again, yeah. Are you the best person to speak to about it?
Two-tier
Yeah.
policing!
Both, yeah.
Don't want to give an interview.
That's
Two-tier
fine, that's fine.
policing!
Yeah. Right.
Two-tier policing!
What happened there? We do have some antagonizers turning up. It's being rumoured someone just barged through the crowd. I don't know what happened, but someone else has been pulled. I don't know what's going on. Someone else has been pulled. A bit back and forth with the officers.
What does it feel like to be fucking hated in your own country, you scum?
These things called scum.
Let's leave them here and let's just go and march. They can't follow us.
I don't know what is going on, guys. It's getting a bit heated at the minute. But just to the side of me, guys, are friends, I believe, of Shanae, the girl who was arrested. We are going to speak to them in just a moment. But yeah, tensions are rising here, guys.
Fucking whoop! They're just pinning us where they want us! Whoop! Shut the blue bridge down again! Fuck it! They're gonna take it regardless! Fucking hell!
So it feels like the police are using some tactics to just kind of, I guess, kettle people in this park. Locals have had enough. They want to keep walking again. They're not going to stay here. They are going to continue down the street. So you can see from this side how the police are just trying to block everyone off. Oh, one lady's getting pulled. What's he doing? Push from the officer. A very big push from the officer we saw there. Oh, it is getting a bit hectic. What are they doing? Absolutely hectic. What are they doing? What are they pushing? Elderly women. There's a disabled man here. Absolutely terrible. Look what we're seeing here, guys. The police are trying to push people into certain areas. Wow, guys, this is shameful from the police. Wow, that was quite disgusting from the police.
And I'm sure at the same time there was tourists going to and from Canary Wharf at the same time, because I can't remember, to get to certain places some people's got to cut through Canary Wharf to get to I can't remember the areas, but yeah, there's you have to go through there sometimes to get through to go to airports, certain places. So I mean, though I see a child there, I don't know what a child's doing there, to be honest. Children should not be at protests, in case something kicks off, something, it could go left, But yeah, yes, there is many protests all over the world now. Yeah, nowadays, particularly more than ever. But this one is ongoing because they're in Epping. Was it Canary Wharf? There was north somewhere, countryside somewhere. There was loads of these types, because they was really mad because the hotels was getting given to the migrants, and they was not allowed to use the hotels, because when they booked the hotels, because there was a video where yes, Marquise. There was a video where a guy, he booked a hotel, and then because the hotel was filled up or whatever, they turned him away, right? So it's crazy. But this one I think is more personal to some, because they asked a lady why was she protesting. She said that the reason why she was protesting because 2 black guys unalived her brother or husband or something. So she had an axe to grind, basically, But some of their reasons what they give why they're there is crazy, And then people will go and find out who they are, and then you find out later that they're PDFs or whatever, you know what I mean? So it gets to the level. There is a lot of discord. It is crazy. I mean, people like coming to England for so many reasons. You know, there's Canterbury, there's all these sites, Stonehenge, Glastonbury, and all that. I think this just ruins it for their tourism because they're trying. In other words, right? They're gonna like. So does that mean that foreign people who come into London to look at your site. So does that mean that they are off limits as well? Because this is what it seems like. Because they are kind of termed as migrants. They're expats, aren't they?
If you saw that guy, that disabled lad was trying to come out, but they're starting to walk now down the street. I think they're going to try to block off more roads. Hey, go on lads, go on the boys. The police are coming in. Here we go guys, we're chasing the police. Oh, he's stopped. Oh, man down, he's fallen. What's this guys? More unfit police doing their weekly jog. So as the police have decided to block off the road, some protesters have gone home.
And they got stabbed, and they got stab vest on too. You know what I mean? Like, you notice someone got stab vest on. Like, seriously. So they're literally what they're doing. It's a cat and mouse game going on. That's what's going on. So when the protesters go out one side, one way, the police run to the next way, and then they block it. When they go around the next way, they go around that way, and then they block it because they're trying to get into the hotel as well, because the hotel's blocked by a barbed wire gate, which is guarded by the police. So every time the protesters try to make a move, the police goes there, or if not, right, they end up arresting people. You know, so but it's crazy, isn't it? But I did do a breakdown on the Britannia Hotel, so we know what's going on with the Britannia Hotel, why they are housed there in the first place, or the other hotels. But the Prime Minister said that how they're going to close down the hotels and move them to military sites now, right? So they're not going to be in the hotels no more. So does that mean that the hotels are going to be put back into action? Are they going to be put back into use? Will tourists be able to tap into the hotel? Will they be able to use the hotel? Right? Will they be a cost? Because they got to remodel the hotel. They got to fix up the hotel. They got to make it presentable. Because I did hear, like when I did the breakdown on it, they said that how sooner or later the hotel will be closed. Then afterwards it changed it. So, like, sooner or later, these hotels will be closed where they house the immigrants, right?
Gone further down, some decided to stay here. But we just witnessed, guys, how unfit the British police are trying to chase down protesters.
Have you got the lady's permission to film?
No.
She's under arrest at this time. If she's happy, I'm happy for you to stay.
Alright.
Are you happy with these shots? Right, okay, fine. And then
look at that weapon she has, guys. Bit of tinsel. Very dangerous woman, as we can see. Tinsel in her hand. Madam, what are you arrested for?
Because I didn't walk quick enough.
That's not very nice, is it?
I didn't walk quick enough.
Right. What about all the others you were with? There are a lot of other people there.
Quicker than me because I've got bad hips, so I can't walk quick enough. So the policeman pushed me, and I said, "Don't push me." Pushed me again. I said, "Don't push me," and then he arrested me. Not these two.
So, guys, doesn't matter what excuse you give. If you walk too slowly, the police can arrest you whenever they want. So, guys, we're seeing that lady. I don't know if she'll be de-arrested. We will find out a bit later.
Yeah, but she can just be telling you story as well. So, like, if you want to believe what you want to believe, you believe in it. This is just one opinion, okay? I'm not saying my opinion is right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's whatever, okay? I'm just saying from observation what it is. There's a lot of ignorant. I'm trying to think of a nice word. There's those ignorant fools out there, right? They don't understand. They've never been around foreigners. Well, as they say, foreigners in their life, right? They have a stereotype of people, right? They have a stereotype of people. They do not understand, right? People. Yes, there is some people who will try to get into the system from behind, from the side door. Yes, there is. There's those types. But they are the ones who really trying to do it the proper way, right? I remember having this conversation with one of my subscribers, and I think in the end I just had to leave it because he thinks one way, I think another way, right? You can't put everybody in one basket, in one box, right? Some people are running away from war. Some people are running away from this. Even one politician said that how, right, he's going to deport some women back to the Taliban. Now, how crazy is that? In Afghanistan, I think that is that part there, wherever, I can't remember which part it is. Women have no rights, right? They have no rights, and if they do certain stuff, they get unalived, right? That's how deep it is, right? In certain parts of the world, war is still going on right now as we speak. War is happening now. Congo. I think there was one. I don't know whether Congo is still going on, but I did see some war one. But I'll double check. I'm not gonna say, yes, that is so or what. But yeah, some people are running away from war. Some people are getting away from whatever they can do. So they come on those little boats, thingy, plastic boats, whatever, travel the channel. However, even a case of them being in the back of trucks. Now, long time ago, there was a story that came out. Now, how there was a van. I can't remember if it was over here or America. And the van was, I think the trucker left the van. When they opened the van, there was some Asian women that was unalived. Right? So they would do whatever they got to do to reach, wherever they got to reach, wherever they got to go. So, yeah, and as you see, London is a beautiful place. You see how beautiful it is? It's a lovely place, the scenery. Even I feel like a tourist when I'm walking around certain places sometimes, right? It is a lovely place. You see all the twists and turns, the buildings, there's yachts near the side of that part where they were running them back and forth to. Right, there was a lot of beautiful places in London. Okay, people wants to come and see what London looks like. Rain, shine, summer, winter, spring, fall. They're here, right? There's a Winterland here. There's loads of stuff be going on here. Loads of stuff. People come from around the world, literally, to come to events, whatever. So where this was, like, the buses couldn't even run. Right, the buses couldn't even run. They had to be changed directions, whatever. It causes a lot of drama around London because when one part of London has backup, whatever, right, then you have to find an alternative way to get to wherever you got to go to. It really messes up the whole system, right? It's happened when I've gone somewhere and then there's been a whole delay. You don't know what's going on the other side. It delays your whole thing, your whole routine, your whole everything. It messes it all up.
I'm gonna head back to Canary Wharf, guys, but what we're seeing at the minute, terrible. Doing like an escort back to the hotel for some of the protesters. As you'll see just here, some of them decided to go.
You got a subscriber, Wes.
Is it?
Yeah, here.
There we go.
You got a subscriber. Yeah, where's this one?
Oh,
there you go, Wes. There you go.
I see you.
Do you want a picture with him?
That's right. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Bit of banter with the police. Thanks, she's a subscriber. Sorry, mate. Oh, they're handing out waters. Beautiful.
Not a chance, sweetheart. You need to get down the gym.
Oh, that's a bit weird. Bit of banter for you. Oh.
There was even a TikToker called Zoe, I think his name is. He was down there too, asking them questions, all sorts of stuff. It's just like crazy, I'll tell you. It's a crazy world. So, you know, this is one of the things I was trying to talk about yesterday. Like I said, I didn't even want to even go there with this. I sort of just saw it and just tried to pass it. But, you know, it's one of those ones where, like, you got to talk about it. And because of what the cult is doing, they're supposed to move out today, by the way. I'm going to see if they move from the area. But it's like they're moving from one area to the other. The cult is literally, the lady, her mouth is ridiculous, right? So that can also incite a lot of stuff too, because of what's coming out of her mouth, right? Because people ain't going to ask you who you is or where they know you, blah, 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 right? They are going to do the action, right? It doesn't matter how the action come. It could be violent, however, shouting, whatever. You don't know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's a lot of things. I think people in the mummy sector, they call something called, is it race baiting? Race baiting. That's what they call it. This, however, is a problem. Like I said, I understand why they are protesting, but now it's turning more racist now on another level. It's turning to another level. It's not even like, okay, whatever. Now, the Prime Minister has given them what they wanted, and they're still out there doing protests, all that stuff. And it's like, wow. Now, I'm going to go to the flying of the flags. There was a whole issue about that stupidness. Load of stupidness, honestly. Let me see if I can find it. That's a whole stupidness. Hold on. That was a whole drama around that. Let me see if I can find some of the videos pertaining to that. Right, let me see. That's Australia, UK. Trying to find something. Oh, it's Channel 4. No, we know on Channel 4 because they're going stupid. Okay, let me turn off the sound. Okay. So the flag flying craziness, that is just ridiculous. Like I said, it's ridiculous. Now there is flags all around England. There's flags all around England, literally. Anywhere you go, you'll see flags all around London, England, Scotland. You see their flags. I don't know what's, like I said, I don't know what's the difference from then till now. Normally, when something big, massive is going on, they will fly their flags, and you know, they'll just fly their flags, whatever. The St. George's flag do have racist undertones about it. Yes, it does. Okay, so with that, I agree with that. Now, with not the other flag, the normal flag, it's not a problem. To me, it's not a problem whether you raise up your flag or whatever. I would raise up my flags too. Look, I have 2 origins. Well, 3. Right, 3 origins, right? And I can raise up the flags and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean I hate the country I was born in. or brought up in. No, doesn't mean I hate it. Right? It's just that when it gets little bit crazy and it gets a little bit strange, as I call it, when you get the racist undertones with it, that's when it gets a little bit questionable, right? And I'm not saying that how you shouldn't love your country. No, I'm not saying don't love your country, right? There's loads of us who is from Caribbean, who's born over here, who love where our parents come from as well as the country we are born in. But I'm not going to turn myself into a whole coconut to make you happy, right? So at the same time, right, I am just saying that how these flags has been always raised up during certain holidays. Now the holidays, let me see if I can find the holidays where the flags is more seen. Or events. So, the holidays where the flags are, the British flags or the Union Jack are raised for Pacific holidays and occasions including royal events like the King's birthday or Ascension Day, national celebrations such as official birthday of the King and the Commonwealth Day, and Commonwealth events like VE Day, VJ Day, Remembrance Day. Additionally, National Saints Day like St. George's Day in England, St. Andrew's Day in Scotland, and also flags are flown. So like I said, there's no, to me, there's nothing new. There's nothing new about it. It's when it gets taken to a whole different next level weird, because it's just weird. The flags is always there. You can go down any sort of street, certain places anyway, should I say, certain places you'll see the flags, right? You'll see them. The St. George's flag is a whole different something else. Like what the Union Jack, you will see it. So that's my little thing on the flag, because when you go to Jamaican events, especially when they're doing Windrush events, etc., you will see the flag raised. You'll see the Jamaican flag, the Grenadian flag, the Caribbeans, all the Caribbean island flags raised, all the Caribbean flags. Now the Colombian flags is there, the Dominican flags is there, all types of flags is there, but they're raised up with the Union Jack. So there's cultural days. You see all the flags raised up with the flag. When the schools they're having cultural day, you'll see, like I said, once again, all the flags raised with the. So when it gets a bit like this, let me put back on the sound. Hold on, if it's not playing the music.
Raised the colours.
It's about bringing the communities together. We're putting the flags up, making everyone united, and I think we should all come together and fight illegal immigration. Get all the illegal immigrants out, so that we can all feel safe.
In recent months, the English and British flags have been flown in sometimes violent protests outside hotels housing asylum seekers.
I'm not racist or nothing, I'm all for that. But these young men, middle-aged men, they've come over on the boat and no one knows who they are. They've not been vetted and they're dangerous.
Anti-racism campaigners say the movement is fostering division in a country where around 15% of the population is foreign-born.
I think it's an act of intimidation. It's not an act of celebration. These flags are put up to identify the other, the migrant, the immigration, the non-white person. People can pick up a flag, but waving it directly in your face is a threat, not one of celebration.
Overt displays of patriotism are generally rarer in England than in countries such as the United States.
Well, you know, like I said, the flags has always been there. I don't even like right now. It means something different now because they're against the migrants and they're trying to make a statement. But the flags was always there, people. They were always there. The flags was always there in the cut for a long time. When the Queen passed away, even before the Queen passed away, the Queen's birthday, Princess Diana's wedding. When it's a royal wedding, okay, right? You'll see the flags everywhere. You'll see the flags. They used to make mugs. They used to do the plates. Used to do the cups, the spoons, the this, the that. Certain parts of London, when they sell the stuff, the British stuff, you'll see the British Bulldog. So yeah. So right now, it probably means something a little more different now because it's a bit more how it was probably back in the 80s. You know, no Irish, no dogs, no blacks, you know. It's probably like that. That's probably how it's feeling right now, right? Like I said, there is a lot of tension in the air. There's a lot of tension in the air because some people have certain ideas, and just because they're not saying it into your face, it don't mean to say they're not thinking like that. There is some people who's been around people of different origins, so they're fine. But there's some people who's not been out of the country. They don't know what it looks like. They just know certain parts, just know the postcode they've been in, and that's it. Right. So it's a great unrest in the place, right? So, like I said, even me born here, they probably be thinking, "Oh yeah, she's come from another country because she ties her hair." Da, 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 da. They probably put me into the Muslim category because I tie my hair a certain way, and everybody's Muslim, you know, in their eyes. They don't think outside the box unless they're around certain people. So yeah, but yeah, I just got to leave it right there. I've got to move on to my next topic, but I ain't going to do it now. And I need to get back to that young lady who's talking about her father, who was the cult leader. We will get back to that at one point. Yeah, so I just thought I'd just make this video because like I said, I didn't even want to touch the thing. I didn't want to go there. But you're hearing certain things. I don't even know whether I should play it. There was also a thing, what's it leaked when a lady said she want to unalive people. This is what stirred me to make this video. I don't know if I still got it. I don't think I got it. No, I don't think I got it. When she wanted to unalive people, she was talking to her friends.
You're helping them, you're enabling them. You've gave.
She was saying that how she's fed up and she don't want the people around, and she wants to get rid of them, and it was just horrible to listen to. You just think, wow, people like that will go to them lengths. Like they don't see you as a human no more. They see you as a problem, and they need to eradicate you. And they will want to eradicate you and all that stuff. I'm trying to find it. Let me see if I saved it. Oops. Let me see if I saved it. If I saved it, I'll be happy. So you can just hear a little bit of it. I don't think I saved it. I don't think I saved it. No, I don't think I did. I think it was that disturbing. I didn't save it. Oh yeah, maybe I did save it. Maybe I put it somewhere else. Hold on, I think I put it somewhere else. Oh yeah, here it is.
Right, I've just been sent this video. I want you to listen to it. This is from a WhatsApp group that is in preparation for Stephen Christopher Yaxley Lennon's march on the 13th of September. Listen to it and then we'll talk.
Something's got to give somewhere, Michael, because it's everywhere. Something has really got to give, and it's either civil war or, well, it's civil war. We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to kill them. It sounds brutal what I'm saying, but we've got to save ourselves. They are infiltrating our country, and we will not have a leg to stand on. We need to get rid of them, and we need to get rid of them now. We don't live in a barbaric society like that. Yeah, we've got wrong-uns in society who kills people, but they don't live by a book like that, literally, and go around doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Something has got to give. If a petition was started saying who's willing to fight now for the country, literally, would that be classed as an hate crime? I just wonder whether it would be an hate crime or not. Because they hate us. They're coming over here to kill us, so is it an hate crime or is it self-defence? I mean, we've got to differentiate between the two. I don't know. What do you think?
Can someone please explain to me how in their right fucking minds this is acceptable? This level of hatred, anti-Islam hatred, how is this acceptable? Why are the police not picking up on this lady? Like, imagine if that was a Muslim.
Now, the reason why the lady's saying this, right? Because like there was a lot of terrorism groups and stuff, and yeah, normally they pick up on terroristic groups and stuff. So for her to say that so openly, so comfortably, you know what I mean? That's what yesterday when I heard that, I was kind of disgusted. I was like thinking about my children, all sorts of things came to my head at that instant. You know, it's just crazy. I mean, once you watched a couple of things as well, you heard, you seen, you heard, whatever, it's crazy. So that's why I'm making this video as well, because I feel that when it gets to those levels there, that's when it gets critical. Now it's critical now. Okay? And I'm not saying every single white person is bad. No, I'm not. There's some outside there who don't be around certain different cultures. They never been around. They aren't the only culture. The only part of the culture they get is the inappropriate side of the culture, right? There's so many layers to Caribbean culture. So many layers. Even I've highlighted it myself. From Trinidad to Jamaica, go back. Yes, there is inappropriate stuff in every culture. It's not just Caribbean culture, but then it's the bits that you take out of it. Not everybody talks and say bomba cloud. Not everybody says certain words. Not everybody's aggressive, right? Everybody's an individual at the end of the day. Everyone's different. There are some very well spoken West Indians, very well spoken African people, very well educated, not only just African, across the board. And it's just so sad anyways. But I'm not gonna rant and make out like this is not, like I said, it's not a rant. I'm just making a point. It's just ridiculous how deep this goes, because everybody adapts to where they are and stuff like that. They adapt, they show you their culture, they show you the dance, they teach you the languages. They're in the areas, you taste their foods, you go out with the men, the women, and then you still think the same. This is 2025, mate. This is crazy. This is not the 80s or whenever it was, 70s, when it was a sus law out and all this. Things have changed a lot. Even me as an elder at Alden had to go with the changes, right? Even to how certain people is, you have, yes, there is some countries that is ignorant that have never. I mean, I would say even some countries they've never been around certain people at all. Yes, but then if you are if you are free in your mind and free in your thinking, you'll be more open or whatever. Sometimes people, cultural people, they have their certain stuff. Some of them don't even cry in public. That young boy Abraham's mother, she wasn't allowed to cry on the spot where her son was on her life. She wasn't allowed. They said it was cultural, to do with culturally. She wasn't allowed to do it. Right? So that if you don't know, if you don't ask, you don't know. You don't know what is the protocol to some people's culture. Right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say after this, I'll probably come back on and talk about it again. I mean, it's a subject was buzzing around here right now in London, England, New Ireland, that people seems like have so much history, a bloody history at that. The history is full of blood. But then at the same time, it's like if you don't know your history, like you have to change certain things. Sometimes it's hard to change certain things. But some of these people that is protesting, most of their younger generation of children, some of them are going out with people from different cultures. I don't know what else to say. Please tell me in the comments what you think. I'm going to close down now. I'm not going to try to repeat myself, but it's just crazy. I mean, people are open. Even like I'll use Amma for instance. If I didn't know Amma, I wouldn't have known about Suriname or the Netherlands. I probably heard about the Netherlands in passing. I don't even remember hearing about the Netherlands or Suriname, right? The wind tea, the this. If you don't open up to some people, how are you going to learn about people? You're not going to learn. There's certain things like you're not going to know about every single blinking thing. But I don't know. Some people are too big to educate or to learn at their big age or whatever, and they're ignorant, and then they teach it to their children the same rubbish. You can't you can't. Children is children. They should be able to play with every color. They're calling them names and all this stuff. That is taught. Children are taught racism from inside of their from young, and then they come out and then they play it out. That's how it is. I mean, you could tell me I'm wrong, but that's how it is. And from that thing, that's my. I didn't even play all that video because the video is kind of long. You can see, they was determined to get. But anyways, let me finish, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Thank you for coming, Hood and Marquise. And I'll see you in the next one later on. Bye.